speaking to you.
And I'm Nomad. Today we're back here with Soul Calibur 6, once again.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Forever retold.
Alright, today we're going to do some story battle with Hilda.
The newest character in the series. Now this is going to be completely blind. We'll each take turns for like each segment.
Each battle we will take turns. I am not about to go through Nightmare's story because that is not something I want.
That's right there at the bottom.
Skira starts as gloomy. Okay.
There we go. The cradles glow.
Alright, Hilda. Keep in mind, I do not know how to play this character.
Wolf Krone, wedged between the Kingdom of France and the Holy Roman Empire, this small European kingdom on the west bank of the Rhine traces its roots to its guardian beast, the wolf. Legend states that long ago, a mythic hero known as the Wolf wielded a holy spear and sword in defense of the land's people and established for them a nation, which now boasts a robust warrior tradition with soldiers widely renowned for their skill. Over their long and proud history, the people of Wolf Krone were at one point absorbed by another nation and split into multiple disparate houses, but nevertheless, their bloodline endured. By the end of the 14th century, Lord Philibert IV of Krone rose up with brilliant political savvy and formidable military might to re-establish an independent monarchy over which he ruled as king. Generations passed, and the year is now 1582. King George of Wolf Krone is hailed as the greatest monarch since Philibert. His elite retinue, known as the Silver Wolves, have made a name for themselves, fighting on countless battlefields. With a sword in one hand and a spear flying their banner in the other, the soldiers of Wolf Krone have spent centuries honing a unique fighting technique that honors their legendary founder, the Wolf. And now, a noble young wolf grips sword and spear with pride and honor, eyes burning bright, with a determination to lead the people of Wolf Krone into a new age.
I'm glad I learned a lesson in history.
Taste my spear!
That's enough. Hilda, that strike to his flank was brilliant. Wilhelm's defense is impeccable, and yet you triumphed. You've reason to be proud. Your skill and dexterity rival that of the Silver Wolves themselves.
Any talent I have is only because you spared the time to instruct me, Father. And today's victory is due in part to Wilhelm purposely holding back. Isn't that right, Wilhelm?
Not in the least, lady. The battle was fair, your strength true.
Wonderful! Then this victory is mine to claim! Nevertheless, from your words and your expression, Father, there is still more I can improve. You praised my skill and dexterity. I take it you find my strength still lacking. A proposition, if I may. On the day that my physical strength, too, is worthy of a silver wolf, will you permit me to wield your royal spear and sword? Even if for a moment. I have long thought...
Here, just turn this over. Listen, it's Tuesday.
Now, it is far too late to fight. Wouldn't you agree, Garabrand?
Can you get that garbage and recycle out for me? And then you can get whatever you want to eat if you get hungry.
You seem in good humor today, my lord.
Just loud, baby.
Princess, Glenzenda Nova,
If you get hungry again, get whatever you want. Whatever you can find, you can have, alright?
Bear them on the day you ascend the throne, regardless of your own wishes.
I put the garbage in the recycle out, and then I'll see you tomorrow when I get off.
I already know that, old man. only slightly less than forever from now, is it not?
That it is. Which is why you should forget about it and focus on the tasks in front of you. And right now, your immediate concerns are returning to the palace and learning your duties for the memorial service.
That's true, I must admit. I cannot bring dishonor upon our family.
True warriors think not of themselves, but of others. A fine attitude. Hilda, I shall teach you a good method of building strength during our next session.
Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, Father, Master Johann, my duties await.
Hey, she's honest.
Who in the world does that girl take after? My apologies, Johann. I mean, Sir Durer.
Johann is fine, my lord. Just like old times.
At your
The
sights!
princess improves at a rapid pace. I expected no less from the daughter of King George himself.
I confess, I do not know any other way to interact with her. Training her is my attempt to bond. Moreover, a great part of her skill is due to your superb instruction, Johann.
Fix that, just give me a minute.
Now then, Wilhelm, how long do you plan on napping in front of your teacher?
I am ready.
It is inexcusable for the man destined to be captain of the Silver Wolves to show hesitation in battle. I will not give you special treatment, son of my brother or not. I promised him that much.
Now, your majesty, you cannot blame the boy. I doubt it is easy to fight against the princess. Lord Wilhelm, do you remember what it says in Chapter 9 of The Path to Victory?
Of course. I can recite every word.
As studious as ever, I see. I wish I could say the same of my own sons. Now, take up your arms. It has been too long since I instructed you in the praxis of combat.
Johann Durer meets with King George in the Wolf Crown
Palace.
An emissary.
Of Rauschberg, Johann has come to ask for reinforcements for the battle about to break out nearby. This visit would set in motion the beginning of dark times for the kingdom of Wolfcrow.
Before we continue, let me just switch out the controllers. A minute talk of little difficulties.
Boy.
Go. I remember this is the back controller.
Yeah, I'm not going to use the this.
I understand the situation. I swear by my honor, Wolf Krone will aid you in your time of need.
Well, in the name of Lord Eckhart and the people of Rauschberg, I offer you our sincerest thanks. This noble act will no doubt see the reputation of both Wolf Krone and its king shine ever brighter throughout the land.
They missed
Let
my
us
shine.
dispense with this stifling formality. How could I refuse the man who fought by my side in so many battles, and who is the teacher of my beloved daughter? Moreover, I hear that Lord Eckhart is on friendly terms with the Margrave of Baden. The mutual friendship we build today will serve us well in future dealings with the Holy Roman Empire.
And when that day comes, the captain of the Rauschberg Knights will be at your side to offer my voice in your support.
Geribrand, once again, I will lead our forces in battle. You must stay behind and mind the castle in my absence. Wilhelm, you shall fulfill your duty as a soldier of the Krone family in the battle to come.
As you command, my lord.
As you command.
What's on his forehead, though? Is that his crown?
But my lord, Next month is the memorial service. If the war is prolonged, the princess will have to attend it alone.
I'll be fine, old man. Father's victory, honor, and safe return will be the greatest comfort he can offer the departed. I'm sure it is what both Mother and the Prince would have wanted.
Do not worry. Assuming our foe's general is familiar with the proceedings of war, peace will return within the month. I will lead the Silver Wolves into battle and end this affair quickly.
I kind of would like to play as her father.
Yeah. Someone told me that the last time we see her father, especially with Nightmare.
With him running around, yeah.
It's been a month since Father and Wilhelm left for Rauschburg. And yet all I can do is sit here and pray for their safety.
Oh.
The night sky is bright?
I got a nightmare.
The seed. It's the
A pillar
seed.
of light. What could it be? It's beautiful, and yet never have I felt such an ill omen. Great Wolf, ancestor of our people, please protect Father and the others.
The pillar of light Hildegard von Krone witnessed that night pierced the heavens. It would later become known as the Evil Seed, an event that altered the destiny of the Wolf-Krone kingdom forever. Malevolent beams of light rained down across the world, spreading misfortune and despair. One even found its way to the border of Wolf-Krone. The light landed on the very spot that King George and his army were passing through on their way home from war.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
What should I do? Why? Why would you do this to us, my lord?
Oh no. This is a tragic backstory. Yeah. Oh no.
Even the Silver Wolves cannot stand against him!
No. It's that the Silver Wolves refuse to turn their blades upon him. What loyal member of the King's retinue would dare try to slay him with their own hand?
Lord Wilhelm, quickly, you must return to tell the castle. We will buy you time.
Above you! Watch out!
At least he warned his buddy.
Yeah, a little too late. Ooh. Sounding gruesome.
Yeah. Decapitations, gutting, everything between.
Frail. Why are men so... Alfred?
Did you just call it Alfred? Oh, he's trying to break the control.
Can I hold him? I'm dead.
Wait, who comes save the day? Grow!
Outsiders must die!
Oh no, it's Grow who kills him!
Grow, keep your head. Don't kill him.
Who are you people?
Are you alright? My name's Curtis. I'm a friend. And that grumpy fellow over there is...
Xander Mobus is Grow. I still can't believe it.
This is no time for small talk. Think of how to stop this guy. First he leaps in to save someone without a thought, then makes me clean up his mess. Well, if Grow can't stop him... You, look me in the eye. You're surprisingly calm considering the circumstances. This blade is coated in an unguent that will put malfested, berserkers to sleep. We'll keep him distracted, you stab him with it. Got it?
Me? Stab the king?
Curtis! Sorry I took so long. I've got your back.
Can I really do this? To someone who is like a father to me?
Oh, he's gonna be riddled with survivor's guilt if he actually kills him. King George succumbs to madness of the evil seed and is captured by the help of the Eval organization. Other kingdoms fall prey to the evil seed as well, and reports flood in of the Malfestive Scourge, wreaking havoc across the world. Having lost its great king, the
Wolf-Chrome Kingdom is plunged into chaos and finds itself in dire need of a new leader to serve as a beacon of hope. Yes, it's May.
That about sums it up. Any questions?
Oh, he's actually reporting and telling her the
So
truth.
these Malfested are inhuman creatures transformed by the malevolent energies of the cursed sword Soul Edge?
Yes, and the Eval organization has opposed them since time immemorial, often with the help of steadfast allies. There was a time in which we counted the men and women of Wolf Krone among them.
He speaks truth. This has been a closely guarded secret, only revealed to the king and his closest advisors. The people of the Wolf have been sworn to battle Soul Edge since the time of our forebears. Lady Hilda, Lord Wilhelm, it is time we heard the truth. All of it. As you know, since the evil seed, people have transformed into Malfested and run rampant across the land. But this is merely the beginning.
At the center of this coming storm, we will find the wielder of Soul Edge. The Azure Knight. We've chased him this far.
Oh, this is before he gets scarred.
Yeah, chased him back and caught him.
Those cut by the Azure Knight's cursed blade will die if they are lucky, and turn into a Malfested if they are not. If he is not dealt with, the calamity he brings will engulf the world.
So you're saying my father was wounded by this blade, and is now one of these Malfested?
The Azure Knight is mighty indeed, but a man like King George could withstand his power. Likely the king suffered the touch of the evil seed itself. We have used medicines known to the Eval organization to put him to sleep for now, but eventually...
Speak plainly, Curtis. Your king has become an outsider. There is no known way to return him to what he was. We have only two choices. Kill him, or put him into an eternal slumber.
Grow! I apologize for my comrade's discourtesy. The truth is, under normal circumstances, we cannot allow the existence of even one Malfested. However, King George is a monarch, and he has been a vital ally to our organization. As such, it is our leader's wish that the matter of what to do with him be left to the next ruler of Wolf Krone.
When I saw the king, he was glorying in the slaughter. The noble, just man we knew. It was not him.
Wilhelm, that's enough. We have heard this already.
Oh. Chaos has come to this land. Without King George to support us, well, we will have to watch and wait for now, delaying our decision until peace returns.
If that is your wish, the Eval organization will do everything in its power to help.
That's not good enough.
Huh?
This is a decision of great significance, and there is no right answer. Regardless, it can only be made by the surrogate of the king acting on their own convictions.
That may be true. Still...
He's just a child in this right now.
It's okay, Garibrand. This is my duty as Princess of Wolf Crone. Sir Curtis, Sir Grow, honored emissaries of the Aval organization. I speak to you as Regent of the King. He was a sagacious man who brought strength to our land and prosperity to our people. A kind man who taught me all I know of familial love. And so I stand here not just as the princess, but as his daughter, and ask you to spare the life of my father. The people will no doubt be uneasy with such a young ruler as myself ascending the throne. I ask for time. Time to prove I will be a queen of whom they can be proud.
If that resolve of yours is genuine, then very well. But I would decide on a deadline now if I were you. And when that time comes, we will do what must be done.
You have my sincerest thanks, Sir Grow. You and the Aval organization both. Listen well. I, Hildegard von Crone, hereby swear upon my honor and my name that we, the people of Wolf Crone, will fight by your side against the threat of the Malfested.
Can I fight now?
Hopefully it doesn't turn to something like Zasamel's story mode where he's just watching it. Okay. 5 years passed since Hildegard von Crone became regent. As your knight and his twisted legion of Malfested spread turmoil across the land, with the help of those around her, Hilde manages to maintain the stability of her country and reign by fending off invasion by evil forces. I think this time we can finally do some gameplay.
Please, I need to fight.
Yes!
Oh, thank God!
Years have passed since the baleful light wrought its calamity upon the kingdom. Years of war have forged Hilda into a strong and capable ruler. No longer a helpless princess, she has become a virtuous warrior and skilled general. The year is 1586, and the Azure Knight, evil lord of the Malfested, has been defeated.
I don't even think he's like the evil lord. He just wants souls.
Wolf Crone savors a fleeting moment
That's
of
still pretty
peace.
evil.
Yeah, it's still pretty evil. Like,
The Azure
I don't
Knight's
think he's
vital
really in control of these
servants
guys.
remain. The surviving Malfested are still a clear threat, slowly eating away at the kingdom's strength.
I think now we're finally getting real. Yep, we're gonna get real gameplay this time.
No matter how many times I see the likes of this, I never grow used to it. I will not allow myself to. Not ever. Though ignoble pillage may be a natural part of war, this mindless slaughter is beyond the pale.
Lady Hilda. Lady Hilda, you've come to save us. Thank you. Thank you. Those brutish beasts, my sons. They were all... Please, I beg you, bring righteous justice down upon them.
Fear not. Your rage is my own. Your wrath now my burden. By the honor of the Crone family, I will see these Malfested demons slain. Brutish beasts. Though that they may be, the Malfested appear to be behaving differently as of late. They have been forming bands, organizing. Could this mean someone besides the Azure Knight is leading them?
Who else but your boy? Who the
Your
hell
Highness,
is this dude?
The troops are in position and await your signal.
Who thought it was a man? That was a woman.
It's a woman.
I was about to say.
Proud warriors of Wolf Crone, heed my words. My retinue and I will lead the assault into the thick of the forest. Archers, on my mark. Rain a torrent of missiles down to flush out any cowards hoping to ambush us. Cavalry, to the wings! Circle the fiends and cut off any means of escape. Center battalion, Sharpen your fangs.
The best of you are arrows of the ballistas.
All units, advance! No mercy and no quarter for our treacherous foes. I expect courage and valor from every one of you.
Unless you're a crazy wizard that knows something called magic missile, then I'll be different. Then we think about this.
Yeah. well, I don't know magic, so fire whatever you have.
Oh, cannons! Get gunpowder starting the thing so
Yeah.
they can do like maybe like
There must be a Malfested acting as this army's heart, and I will cut it out. Behold, take.
Oh, but the new design's actually not that bad.
An opening.
What do you think about her new design?
It's actually pretty nice. I like her design. It's actually pretty nice, pretty suitable for her.
I remember when she first came out in SoCal 4, there was like fans going nuts. Cause, oh my god, the first canon female warrior to wear armor and use two weapons.
Useless.
A spear and a sword, that is. Just like thinking about forgetting the custom designs in SoCal 3.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of SoCal 3, they had a lot of stuff that weren't story characters. Like, a lot of them was like a shuriken with a katana.
Yeah.
That kind
Are
of
you
crap.
their leader? I'm relieved to see you're not a bandit posing as a Malfested. I smell no gunpowder. The cavalry will be more useful here than foot soldiers.
I cover like the bow and arrows, right?
Smack.
Order the center
Yeah.
to advance! Surround them and slay every last one!
Yay! I win. Will I win? Another path. But I'm not there.
Just got up when you need it.
They just.
Lady Hildegard, I am delighted at your safe return.
Garibrand, my gratitude as always for the warm welcome home. How fares the relief efforts for the region I spoke of in my last letter?
My lady, we have secured a place to unload supplies and are sending the first loads of grain as we speak. However, the endless battles have emptied our coffers. We will need support from nearby nations or another source of wealth if we are to maintain the army.
Noted. But remember, it is not just Malfested who would destroy us. Maintaining the strength of our army is essential. It provides income through mercenary work, and a threat to make potential invaders think twice.
I am aware, but the rising costs of our military have been a problem for many years now.
I would suppose the import of firearms is the primary burden on our treasury. That and the Silver Wolves, supposedly our country's most elite force, have been unimpressive of late.
Bitch!
Am I sensing dissatisfaction with our performance?
Lord Wilhelm, I'm glad you heard. As their commander, do you have any words to speak in the Silver Wolves' defense?
Not a whisper. Though, if I were to speak my mind, I would suggest to stop starting wars over one little village or two.
Wilhelm, watch your tongue. What have you done besides shirk your duty?
You think the royal family's duty is to stand on the front line and risk death? I would prefer that we do not rile our neighbors, nor give them cause to attack.
You dare insult Lady Hilda? If you and the Silver Wolves would fulfill your duties, she would not have to risk herself so.
My company is under the direct command of the king, not his regent. Perhaps if Lady Hildegard here could wield the sword and spear that symbolizes our nation's power, I would obey her orders.
Excuses. To think the man who claims to be our kingdom's greatest spearman is a coward.
Stand down, Gerhilda. Lord Wilhelm, while I appreciate your words of warning, the throne is nothing without its people. As regent, I cannot turn a blind eye towards our people's suffering.
As regent, is it? If you truly cared about our people, war is not all you would pursue. Sacrificing the greater good for a few meager lives is not a trade I think a worthy ruler would make. On the other hand, I despise this kingdom. So please, ruin it as you wish.
Oh. Yeah, salty-ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
No wonder I beat your ass in training.
Well, to be fair, he was the one who put their king in the coma.
Yeah.
Although he had no other choice.
He had no other choice, but like...
That's still part of the Survivors Guild going through him.
It still doesn't mean you have to be a little pinch. Yeah, and Tyler's gonna take over.
Heavy burdens on Winston Short's young queen as she returns from battle. Her people are exhausted. Threats from a neighboring kingdom looms large, and she struggles to maintain her military might. Perhaps if she can find within herself the valor befitting a monarch, she could put her mind at ease.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up.
Alright, as a pale blue light rises in the sky, the young woman makes her way to the restricted area and meets with a special.
Father, how do you feel today? I managed to survive another battle. You still remember Mother's name. I'm glad. I brought you dinner tonight. Wurst and a small slice of Gugelhupf, Mother's favorite. Wilhelm was angry with me again today. He told me to take up Glensindanova and Frische Himmel and become queen. But as long as you live, Father, I've no wish to do so. I used to want to hold them more than anything else. I used to plead with you to let me touch them, even for a moment.
Just...
Go! Forgive me, Father. A ruler should not show weakness. I will return to see you soon.
You're literally keeping their father in captivity.
It's the only way to do it, to protect both himself and the people. At least they could talk to him and give him food and water.
Give him food, but he's not taking the food. He's literally turning into one of them.
Well, they're doing the best to try to cure him.
Sure.
War gets infested at settle for a time, but once again, turned ferocious. Lode receives a visitor, a man seeking assistance from a woman who stands against the cursed sword's minions. This man, who leads a group of skilled fighters, calls himself the Hunters of the Evil Sword, is Nomad.
Your Highness, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Please, do not call me that. I am Regent, nothing more. More to the point, it is hard to speak with such formalities on our tongues. Let us celebrate this joyous reunion. Don't you agree, Master Johann?
Yeah.
It seems we've both changed much over the years. You have grown into a remarkable woman, my lady.
Yeah.
And I... Wolf Krone is a dear place to me in many ways. Today, I have come to fulfill a promise I made long ago to aid King George and this kingdom in its time of need. I lead the Hunters of the Evil Sword, a band of warriors I trained myself. Will you permit us to fight the Malfested by your side? As you saw, they are elite fighters, the equal of any veteran army company.
Ah, so those unfamiliar warriors outside are called the Hunters of the Evil Sword. Those great rents in your armor. What has become of you over the past few years?
I fear the tale will not be short, but I shall tell it.
In a slow voice that rings solemn with truth, Johann begins to tell his story. Roughly 5 years ago, from the day the evil seed fell on Wolf Krone, Rauschberg also felt the scourge of the Malfested. Captain Johann and his knights journeyed far and wide, eventually discovering a sliver of hope. The leader of the Malfested was known as the Azure Knight. If all the knights of Rauschberg fell upon him when he was alone. Thus did the knights throw away their honor and pride for a desperate fight to save their kingdom, and thus did they fail. With the exception of Johann, every last knight of Rauschberg died that day. The honor he had earned, the companions he had made, all of them gone. Among them were Johann's 2 sons, still mere youths.
I had heard Rauschberg is in ruin. Travelers speak of it, saying bones and ash are all that remain.
Since that day, I have dedicated myself to revenge. I formed the Hunters of the Evil Sword, training each and every warrior for the sole purpose of destroying the nightmare that is Soul Edge. When I lost my sons, I bid farewell to the weak man I once was. This gash in my armor is from my battle with the Azure Knight. I leave it to remind me of my failure.
This dude survived a fight against Nightmare.
Sir Johann, I am moved by your tale. Lady Hilda.
Of course. Master Johann, I too know your pain.
Oh, then you will.
Wait one moment. Our kingdom's resources are scarce as it is. We cannot feed a crew of bandits that may not even be worth their salt on the battlefield.
What are you getting at?
Master Johann, I thank you for accepting this mock battle between your company and my Silver Wolves.
No need for thanks. I know how difficult it can be to outfit and maintain a professional army.
Lady Hildegard, I know how much you delight in battle. Why not spar with your old teacher?
Strange, Lord Wilhelm. That request is most unlike you. Regardless, I have taken an interest in the Hunters of the Evil Sword. Very well, I accept.
Smite you.
I got a feeling your cousin's gonna turn against you somehow.
I know, right?
Even though he's trying to do the best for his people, he may get lost in the cause.
It's not even that he's lost in the cause, he's lost in his own power.
Fight!
Hunt.
Like a twig underfoot! Witness my power!
What is the stage?
You're not... You should have trained harder.
Block. Wait, what?
It's more than one character.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say, like, wait, what?
If it was just one character, then they would have, like, best 2 out of 3 thing.
Yeah.
Fight!
Who the fuck is that? Jeez.
A trifling attack.
Fight style.
Are you serious?
You're mine!
I'm not used to this fighting style.
Yeah, I noticed. You need me to take over?
Nah, I think you take the last guy out.
Fight!
The last time we crossed swords was when I was but a child, wasn't it?
Let's see how much of my old lessons you remember.
Witness my
On your guard!
power! Resolve is measured by its results. Behold my power!
What's that?
He stopped it! That was too close. That was way too close. I thought I was gonna get a solo critical edge victory.
I slipped.
Now is my chance to... Wait, something's wrong.
Oh, you had a chance to defeat me, and yet you withdrew. Why?
I sensed you were luring me into that rocky defile. Had I followed, my spear would have been useless in the tight confines.
The princess I used to know would have leaped to defeat me, despite the unfavorable terrain. It seems you've learned my lessons well. Study the terrain if you want to live to fight again.
Still, it was your best chance to defeat him. Our style focuses on tenacity and defense over all else. But the truth is, one must have the courage to leap into danger to seize victory. That is why I could never defeat you when we were younger, right?
It seems you have watched me closely, Lord Wilhelm. So, how did the Hunters of the Evil Sword fare against your Silver Wolves?
They are Master Johann's students, of that there is no doubt. Individually, each is a better fighter than most of my Silver Wolves, though they are no match for me.
Anyone would fall short when compared to the Lightning Lance, Lord Wilhelm himself. Now, if you are satisfied with our performance, there is something I must tell you. I have information. Information regarding the Azure Knight. The Azure Knight has once again appeared in Ostrheinsburg. If he regains his power and organizes an army of Malfested...
Our kingdom here on the banks of the Rhine will not be spared.
Thought he sealed Sword, but instead he kind of sealed himself in order to reforge Soul Calibur.
Still, his power is yet incomplete, and his force is small. If we are to take Ostrheinsburg, there is no better time than now.
I need time to consider this.
God,
Come with me and tell me everything you know.
Thing with Nightmare as the main protagonist, main antagonist, I'm like, Jesus, like he has like a freaking army. Like he's actually controlling an army.
No.
But this seems more like he just wandering around collecting souls while people are, casually fighting. I know it's like kill him already. Hilda, for the love of God, kill him.
Nothing is permanent, is it? Master Johann, you, everything in this world changes. It is unavoidable, but I believe my heart is made up. If I survive this, I will return. Farewell.
I thought I'd find you here. You are easy to read. How pathetic. Unable to recognize even your own daughter, haunted by ghosts of your past. And you're no different, Hilda.
You may be right.
Soon, night will come to this kingdom. A dark and terrible thing, in the guise of the Azure Knight. If our people are to survive to see the dawn, the rightful ruler must assume the throne. Take up the sword and spear of our people, Hilda. You are worthy to wield them.
Oh, so now I'm worthy.
Glensund and Nova and Frisha Himmel are the symbols of the throne.
So worthy.
As long as Father still lives, it is not my place to bear them.
He's in no
the time to
condition
choose has come, Hilda. Or have you forgotten the promise you once made to Sir Groh? Besides, there is precedent. In times of crisis, the warrior best able to protect Wolf Krone has taken them in hand even before their coronation. If this is not a crisis, then what is?
Then it is you who are most suited to the task. Wilhelm the Lightning Lance, leader of the Silver Wolves. Your name is spoken of with awe far and wide.
Stop with this foolishness! I know your heart. I know the yearning you once felt for that spear and sword. That's why I cannot agree with this mad plan to assault Ostreinsburg. On our border, instability rocks the Margrave of Baden. France schemes to expand their territory, siphoning away our forces for imperial interventions. Our problems are national in scope. As long as we remain without a leader to solve them, our kingdom has no future. Hilda, if you lack the resolve to do this, you should renounce your claim to the throne, for the good of the people.
Regarding the assault on Ostreinsburg, I have a plan. But if something were to happen to me, I would ask that you lead Wolf Krone in my stead. I entrust this key and this seal into your hands.
I hate this kingdom. If you cannot steal your resolve, if you insist on remaining a mere regent, I will take the final step and do what must be done in your place.
Just take the fucking throne. It's not that hard.
Plan today to strike Ostreinsburg proceeds smoothly. Many assembled at
Stolstad.
Solstad prepared for the battle. But Wilhelm does not show, having vanished since the argument at the moment. Like this, how they resolve to press forward, her forces are now prepared for the fight ahead.
Oh no. Oh no. I know what happens.
What?
Soul Cal 3, you remember the intro with Nightmare literally batting away soldiers? That.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's gonna be massacre!
She's literally leading them to die. I don't like this.
Hopefully we are wrong in that assumption.
Your Highness, a question burns in my mind. Why do you insist on leaving the bulk of our forces at home?
There is something I must make certain of during this battle, but I cannot say more. I fear I am placing too great a burden upon you and the rest of my bodyguards.
We are your loyal shield, my lady. You need not worry about us. Still, I have never marched to war with so few. I know Master Johann and his hunters are fierce fighters, but is the danger not too great?
For this fight, the fewer the better.
Do you follow Lord Wilhelm's counsel and aim not to rile our neighbors?
That is part of it, yes.
I understand. We will follow you into the jaws of death itself, if need be.
This is one thing I don't understand about that chick. She's in wolf-themed kingdom, yet she wears a bird helmet.
Yeah, I know.
We are almost at the Rhine. Our campaign fares well thus far.
Thanks to the hunters of the evil sword. It is their presence that has ensured our safe passage, despite the harsh road.
Unlike knights, we are much lighter armed and better able to fight in close quarters.
All that is left is to secure a bridgehead on the... Oh. What's this?
Princess, I come with urgent news!
Garibrand? All forces, halt the advance!
Garibrand had traveled by swift horse to deliver grim tidings from the capital. Wilhelm
Please
had
tell me he
seized
didn't do-
Glanzenova and Frischer Himmel, the symbols of Wolf Krone's throne. Worse, he and the Silver Wolves had fled the castle armed for battle, and none knew their destination. Garabrand lowered his voice as he delivered the final piece of news. King George had disappeared from his dungeon.
Oh. You really are
Lord Wilhelm has
do
been
it.
behaving suspiciously for quite some time. Should we not consider the possibility that he is now our foe and ready ourselves for attack?
No, I refuse to accept that. However, it's true that there were bloodstains found in the king's cell. What could have happened?
If you cannot steel your resolve, if you insist on remaining a mere regent, I will take the final step and do what must be done in your place.
Killed the father and buried the body.
We cannot afford to overlook any possibility, but it is still too early to pass judgment. Garabrand, return to the castle with all haste and continue to monitor the situation.
As you command. Farewell, Princess. May fortune favor you.
Whatever path we take, it would be suicide to stay here. I propose we leave sentries and move to a safe location to formulate our next plan.
Very well. We shall make for a fortress north of here. We will have to pass through the forest, but it is the quickest road.
As you command. Still, I worry about dividing our forces any more than they already are.
Fear not. Any troops we leave will rendezvous with us before long. We'll leave signs for them to follow.
A wise decision. Come, let us make haste before the sun sets, and we are engulfed in darkness.
Man, this is getting interesting.
Very. Still though, I hope Soul Cal 3 does not what I'm expecting this to happen.
The strange behavior, the appearance of George, and other disconcerting information all begin to cast an ominous shadow over Hilde's offensive. She and her band of soldiers make their way to the fortress, the sun quickly shifting its gaze from them as night draws near. Wolf Crone its best signal the others to meet and the venture into the forest.
Dun dun dun.
Lady Hilda, have you finished marking our trail?
Yes, my apologies for the wait. The fortress is still some distance away. We must hurry.
I am in favor of haste. Night is the Malfestid's realm.
What do you see?
My lady, the fortress is close now. Hmm? Sir Johann, what is the matter?
The time has come, my loyal hunters.
Sir Johann, we must hurry. Or is there a problem?
None. For this expedition will end here and now.
I knew it. I knew
What's
it.
that supposed to mean?
Gerhilda, get back!
Let me teach you one last thing, girl who would have been queen. Those closest to you deserve your greatest suspicion. For trust is a weakness that will lead to your downfall.
Master Johann, share one more thing with your foolish pupil. The truth of that rent in your armor.
As I said, this gash serves to remind me of the day I said farewell to who I once was. The day the Azure Knight defeated me. the day the sons I loved and the friends I had died.
He's malfested.
That glorious day that I was blessed with this incredible power.
Motherfucker.
I had suspected something was amiss. The organized way in which the malfested forces arrayed themselves seemed familiar to me.
Unsurprising. You were my most talented pupil, Princess. Your refusal to present an opening I could exploit troubled me greatly. That is why I was forced to step forth to deal with you personally. And now, our little talk is over. Come, hunters. Feast on their souls.
Here they come.
It.
Form a defensive circle. I shall take the offensive myself. Gerhilda, Ortlinda, Rosvisa, stay with me.
It's time, you old bastard. I knew it.
I thought with the opening from Sword Calibur was gonna happen.
No. Oh, yeah. It looked like it at first. I thought it was like, oh no, I hope it's not what I think it is. I have nightmares like literally banging away with the butt of a sword. Like,
this is giant ass.
Infested with mobs. These are formidable foes.
no. Get out of here. Yep.
It's so creepy. No. The last person we know who had that kind of deal was Got Your Girlfriend, Fetcher Rose. But it was made for comedy.
Your skill. You must have been a renowned warrior when you were still human.
Oh, he melted so much he took Gakko legs.
Behold! Warriors of Wolf Krone, hold the line until reinforcements arrive.
Give me the legs. It's time, sir.
You fight well for humans. I would expect no less from Wolf Krone's brightest.
We cannot hold the line alone much longer.
Sorry to disappoint you, but no aid will come. We erased those signs you left so carefully. We will kill your princess and open the way for our king, the Azure Knight, to plunge Wolf Krone into a sea of blood and darkness.
For all the roles he played as the hero, he's
We must
amazing
clear a
as well
path
as
for
well.
Her Highness to escape, even if it should cost us our lives.
No, Gerhilda. That is not necessary. Isn't that right, Wilhelm?
The cousin does come to save the day. After all.
Your Highness, your enthusiasm for battle is a constant thorn in our side. Why must you always make it so hard to catch up with you?
Why are the Silver Wolves here? We made sure to erase every sign she left.
This forest was mysteriously filled with carved markings that had been wiped out. I'm sure some overly clever person carved them specifically so that it would be obvious if they were tampered with.
I see. So you suspected us all along. You lured me into a trap.
Silver Wolves, forward! No mercy for the malvested!
Time to do
Wilhelm! I knew that you would reach us.
I noticed the Malfested had employed cunning tricks of late, and suspected a puppeteer was pulling their strings. When King George was taken, my suspicions turned to certainty. Still, using yourself as bait to lure the mastermind out. You are far too reckless.
And who was it who said that one must have the courage to leap into danger to seize victory?
You win, I yield.
Wonderful. Now, time to leap back into danger.
Oh, they're making up.
It is time.
The Lightning Lads, the Silver Wolves. You are more formidable than I thought.
Johann Durer, servant of the Cursed Sword. Your forces have lost. If you have any pride left, you will face me in battle.
A shame. I would have liked to take this prize along with me, but it seems I'll have to let him out here. It's unfortunate, but I must postpone our duel for another day.
Sounds like the dead.
Coward! You will not escape!
Watch out! Above you!
Lady Hilda! I won't let you touch her!
Well, that didn't last long.
Gerhilda!
Is she dead?
No.
I mean, Gerhilda.
I think she just got knocked out.
Well, if there's another battle, I might as well take over.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes. Having defeated the forces of evil commanded by Johann, Hilda and Wilhelm are forced now faced with a greater and then greater threat. I'm supposed to be even greater than that. Get the event. Grammar correction. Keep it quiet. You know what I'm doing. Hilda's own kind-hearted father.
Heroic young George von Crow. The blade in his hand is now pointed square
At the very people it once protected and is wielded with ferocity with which Gerhilda, the guard, and even the Silver Wolves struggled to cut down.
It is time.
It's all I can do to fend off his blows. My sword arm will soon tire. At this rate... Wilhelm, report! What is the status of our forces?
Not good. Those unable to fight have withdrawn, and those remaining are struggling just to protect themselves. It is foolishness to engage in a battle of endurance against a Malfested. However, his corruption is our opportunity. I will stop him, just like I once did.
I don't think so, Junior, not this time.
My left arm is yours. However, go to sleep.
Wilhelm! How could you sacrifice your left arm? Your spear is our kingdom's pride.
The blade I stabbed him with is coated in an ointment that puts Malfested to sleep. As it takes effect, his movements will slow.
You were trying to spare Father's life. You noble fool. And I am the greater fool for refusing to give up on him.
I despised Wolf Krone, you know. I couldn't forgive it for forcing you to shoulder all its troubles, for never letting you truly live. But you never gave up. You never stopped fighting for Wolf Krone, or its people. In my eyes, you are the only one fit to lead our kingdom. Take them. You and no one else are worthy to bear their weight.
I will.
Her true weapons. This is how she gets them. Oh, hey, Rev.
But am I strong enough to wield them? I am unsure. And yet, they feel strangely comfortable in my hands.
My hands.
It does not matter that you are my father. Anyone who would harm my people is my enemy.
And now the daughter
I
must
am
slay her
Hildegard
father.
von Krone, Regent of Wolf Krone. And in the name of the throne, George von Krone, I will defeat you!
Fuck. It's gonna be emotional.
You sure you can handle it?
I'm sure. It's gonna be emotional for her, mostly.
Hello. Hello, Rev. Hello.
Battle 1. Fight!
All I ever wanted was to surpass you. Even after you fell into madness, that desire lived on in my heart. Nevertheless, I cannot let the people suffer for my selfishness anymore. Is that all? Interesting. I will use that. Witness my power! Yep!
KO!
Okay, so far so good.
Battle 2. Fight!
Take it!
I don't like this. I don't like this.
It brought me joy to know you still remembered our family. Those happy memories still live inside you. But behold my power!
I don't think that was a good decision.
It's the only way to do some damage at least.
It tears asunder! Stand and fight!
Right. Battle 3. Fight!
The time has come for us to look to the future. I will defeat you, a mere ghost now, of days long gone. Hup! Hup! Say! Resolve is measured by its results. A fellow student,
And
what
you.
fun! Are you serious?
KO! Hilda, is that you?
Father?
I could hear your voice through it all. I caused you so much suffering. You've grown strong. Strong enough to rule our people.
This is choking me up a bit. He's dying.
Now, the time has come. You cannot allow me to bring any more misfortune upon our kingdom.
I
This gives you
understand.
euthanasia.
I must do my duty as Regent of Wolf Krone.
True warriors think not of themselves, but of others. Hilda, you don't have to do this. Sometimes, a queen is allowed to put her own feelings ahead of her responsibilities.
Wilhelm, I must be strong.
Ever since the day you became regent, we have done nothing for you. You have carried all the responsibility on your shoulders. So let me share your burden. Let me bear this weight.
Wilhelm, is that you? I'm sorry. Please, watch over Hildegard, my beloved daughter.
As you command.
Oh man.
The emotion
really did kill him.
This is one of the few times I think euthanasia is not a sin. The very few instances of human euthanasia. Hilde's daring plan to use herself as a decoy worked. He will finally be believed and manifested as a result. Invasion is hindered temporarily. Krone's soldiers regain their strength and regroup. But Hilde knows the fight is far from over. The young wolves of the kingdom stand ready for the fight ahead as new dawn. Dawn. Oh, she is alive. You're right.
Yeah, she got knocked out.
Gerhilda, does the wound still pain you?
I received it defending you, Lady Hilda. It is not a wound, but a mark of pride. More importantly, you look majestic.
The
elegance of the silver wolf armor and the bright red glow of your hair form a stunning image. A passionate swirl of color amidst a noble and gallant form, not to mention...
That's enough, Gerhilda. This is not some dress meant to flatter the figure.
Of course, you would look dazzling in anything. I have a lovely lavender dress that...
I give up.
Five says she's asking for her.
To think the day would come that I would lead the Silver Wolves, a royal regiment of Wolf Krone's finest soldiers.
I'm serious, that woman's asking for her.
Probably.
You will not change your mind? You will leave Wolf Krone?
I will. My left arm will be useless for some time.
Oh,
And the Silver Wolves cannot be led by a man unable to fight, right? Besides, there are many ways I can aid our land from abroad. Thankfully, I have one already in mind. I'll experiment, see how best I can help.
I see. If that is how you feel, I will not try to stop you.
Then, that's that. If you insist on remaining just a regent, there's little choice.
But know that I am grateful. Thank you for sparing my father's life.
No need for thanks. I had always wanted to disobey the king's direct orders, at least once. Moreover, the idea that Malfested can never regain their minds was proven wrong. It stands to reason there is a chance for recovery, right? Dawn will eventually come, and light will chase away the darkness. As long as you do not waver, the people will believe in you. And that includes me. Now then, farewell.
Wait, actually, I just remembered. But Cassandra story mode this. She faces the alternate universe that comes from Silkava.
My lady.
This is a reboot. Its own timeline.
You were thinking of Lord Wilhelm, weren't you?
What? Nonsense.
So,
He has been quite active of late,
somewhere.
I hear. Negotiations with the Holy Roman Empire,
So won't end up
securing
like
supply
Silkava,
routes for
but
our troops,
have elements very
searching for
similar to it.
allies to help develop armaments, and even visiting with the Aval organization to search for ways to cure malfestation.
You are right. There are no words that can express the depth of my gratitude to Wilhelm.
He is your fiancé. Of course he is in your thoughts.
I'm sorry,
I only
what?
wish both of you admitted your feelings earlier.
Gerhilda! Thoroughbred, don't you start.
They're cousins.
No more of this talk. Are the preparations complete?
They're not?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Because they...
Your vassals and generals are all present. Great crowds of people, too, have gathered in the hopes of laying eyes upon the one who will lead them.
His brother's son.
You have done well. Now let us greet them.
Okay, so it's not
There is
weird.
much I must speak of.
Not weird.
New plans, new
That is my
policies,
fault for not
and lingering
understanding.
threats. Soon, the darkness of the Azure Night will once again descend upon our land. But I am not afraid of the many hardships that are sure to come. My people believe in me, and I have but one course. I will lead them out of the darkness and into the light of dawn.
My hero has been bred.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.
That was a good story mode chapter for her. It definitely pushes out her character a lot and understands why she would still be nauseous with her quotes and all that.
Yeah. If you want to ask me, there's a lot more reading and storytelling.
Oh, it's so much stuff at the museum now, along with points that get stuff at the museum.
Yeah.
How about you take a look at that while I go take out trash? That was enough cheating.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, take a look at the museum. Show them what they got.
Wait, museum where?
Oh, just press the circle button. It's right there in the network.
And here we can see all the history of... Oh, that's tight. We can see the history of all the characters that we've interacted with so far. I like this king. Ah, yes, the douchebag. No fun likes a douche.
I just reading about the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually one of my favorite improvements they did during the base game release.
Yeah.
Not only can you get concept art, not just from this game, but all the other games. Not to mention, the gallery also has stuff from lore within this game, and even describes all weapons, stories, and everything.
Yep.
That's what I love about this. In fact, reading descriptions about these weapons helps me choose which gear I gave to all the characters I made.
And you're sure you're not like...
Again, I am not an artist.
Alright, I'm just waiting.
Trust me, I am no artist. I may have a mind of an artist, but I
You're
lack
a
the
good
skill.
author.
That's it.
You're a good author, I'll give you that.
So when I finish reading this guy, ready to read the new entries for our weapon list in the museum?
Entries in our weapon list.
Hilde's weapons?
Yeah. Where are they?
Oh, press circle. Alright. Gad, Doug, and Moralach.
They were wielded by her father.
Oh, so that's her dad's sword and spear combo. The Scorpion. Well, arm name for a Scorpion. Flag affixed to the haft. Its head is similar in shape to the Swiss halberd. What would I like for that? Zengba Shimao.
Zongbashi.
I'm not great with Chinese.
It's fine, I'm not even good at it.
The great general Zhang Fei served as high-ranking warrior in mainland China during the later Han Dynasty and early Three Kingdoms period. Even after his death, his exploits remained well known in song and legend. He was eventually immortalized in the novel Romance of Three Kingdoms. This classic story depicts him with a serpent-shaped spear, 1.8 zong in length. In reality, this weapon only came into use during much later in the Ming Dynasty. The spearhead's serpentine curves allows it to cut deep into enemy flesh, leaving terrible wounds in its wake. Like, Aizenwaki and Kanadachi.
Aizenwaki. Kandaichi.
Half-sickle-shaped spear named after a typhoon that ravaged Japan in the 10th century, and pointed a double-edged katana inscribed with the name meaning thunderclap. They were originally crafted as ceremonial offerings to the wind and thunder gods. However, in the warring periods, a powerful warlord demanded them as gifts, and they were eventually stained in blood on the battlefield. Now that looks nothing like a double-edged katana.
I know.
Oh. Now that's a regular Lance's short sword. The Lancer and the Perpetuity. Lancer is... Lancia is first word. French word for meaning lance wielder. Lances were originally developed to harness the power of a rider on a charging horse. But
check it out.
Grove. I think it's got to be Grove.
Grove Erbashfats makes effective use of its sturdiness on foot. The sword, tongue twister, hate him. Sword Perpetuity was forged to be forever at a warrior's side in battle. It was given the name as a prayer for the wielder's safe return.
Oriska
And broadsword.
This is a type of full-armed first developed in the 15th century, and one of many that became widely used throughout Europe after the turn of the 16th. Its name comes from the island of Korshka.
The broad and the broadsword may seem to indicate a particularly wide blade, but the name was only used to distinguish it from the thin rapier, popular weapon at the time. And finally, the default weapon. Glandes Nova and Frisia Himmel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing those right.
That's fine.
Treasured weapons of the Wolf Crone Kingdom, passed down for generations. It is the tradition and the pride of the Wolf Crone for the ruler themselves to wield this sword and spear upon the battlefield. The founder king, known as the Wolf, famously wielded these arms, and since then has been restored and refined by successive rulers into the finest weapons of each generation. When brandished by the Wolf Crone's monarch, the glint of their steel has long sparked bravery in the soldiers' hearts, urging them forward to forge an impressive record of glorious victories.
Oh, I guess that's all of them.
Yeah. So I just love reading about these weapons. Oh yeah, the Baker's Daughter, the only joke weapon in the game series to make it back is the Baker's Daughter. A freaking rolling pin and breadbasket.
Well, there's also the magic wand.
Forget that too.
Oh, it's magic.
And
Please God, no.
I do not know the rest of the lyrics except that.
Iron pipe and iron will.
Oh, this is starting to get to the get weapons you find in Nier Automata for 2B.
That looks like a Final Fantasy weapon.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of closer to Cloud's Spencer sword when you think about it.
Yeah.
Or at least his fusion sword.
Oh, that looks dope.
Yeah, that's from the original Nier game. There's the defaults. Now we get to Gerald's Witcher 3 weapons.
Those are pretty cool. Nice. They all have the same design though, except for that one.
Yeah, that's the downside. The only very difference is you gotta notice in the hilts.
Right.
Oh, this is Aswell's and they can't show you the colors. Unfortunately.
No.
Oh, now we get to Grows.
Nice. No.
Your Dream Blades?
My dream blades. Nice. That's the mill.
From Soul Cal 3, it returns.
I hate that weapon so much.
No! It was so cheap!
I hate that bitch so much.
Now we get the Tears from Blades.
Ooh, Soul Cal 3.
Oh, that one?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I know this is Soul Cal 5.
No, that's Soul Cal 3, my bad.
Okay. Talon.
A small child wielding swords on her arms.
Tough. Sharpened swords in a form of Tofana. Like that.
I would much rather her have these.
That's why I gave Jimmy.
Raphael. Interesting weapons.
Speaking of which, for your Raphael main.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Probably this.
And Epi?
This.
I definitely remember giving you the Queen's Guard.
Yeah.
Alright then.
This is gonna flip her.
Believe it or not, that's actually supposed to be a polearm. It's like it got cut in half. That's part of the lore.
Yeah.
So it's pretty unbalanced. If you used it in real world.
Kitchen knife and gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now for your Azeroth main, I gave him the Terramoon just as a stock, but now we're looking at Azeroth's axes. Do you want Monster Hunt?
That one looks pretty cool. Ooh, I like that.
Curse of the Pharaoh.
That looks good. That's it. I'm getting me mad.
The Blessed Acolyte, and then his default. Oh, now we're getting nightmare territory. The Giant Adachi of the Blade of Torment.
Yep.
A literal blade of stone. The Giga Claymore. The Giant Buster. Chrome Blade. Steel Paddle. That makes return. Balmung. The Soul Edge.
Yoshimitsu. Gotta love his weapons.
Yeah. The Holy Sword. So Krita Yuga. That's what it's originally called. Krita Yuga. Dapper Yuga was the mirror belt he had.
Right.
Oh, God, that's been killing me. The name.
Zhanghua. The original.
Zhanghua.
Yeah, Zhanghua.
The original wielder for the series.
Yeah.
Before being passed and succeeded by Siegfried, who did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Only for him to be tarnished by Patroclus.
Because, you know, Patroclus, he was so good.
Yeah, for Ivy Swords, I don't know why. I just like the Phoenix Talon design. I don't know why. Oh yeah, now we're in Siegfried's.
That's pretty cool. Graham, I always love this sword.
Calibur, that's how I pronounce it.
Octagon Rod. Oh my.
The Flame Bridge.
It's literally just a white antler.
Large Tachi.
Requiem.
His default since 3.
Crystal Rod.
No, it actually was default since 1.
Right.
I guess he had another sword, I forgot what it was called though. Back in Soul Edge.
Voldo. He kept all his goofy weapons.
I think the only new ones he got was like the Jeweled Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the go down. Yeah, the Chain Tozaka. Chain Kozaku. Kozuka, how do you pronounce it?
Are you sure you're spelling that right?
Yeah, that one. Wait. That belongs to another guy who Max replaced from Soul Edge.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot his name.
We're not gonna talk about him.
He was that bad?
I hate that character. This man got scythe on his nunchucks.
Oh, not right now. Our
Taki.
favorite, Taki, our favorite booby ninja. Who you got me was a pretty good waifu.
Thick thighs save lives.
I never on Samina.
Mitsurugi.
Finally, Mitsurugi. I'm glad I have a Damascus sword in this, but I don't know why. I just not a big fan of the design they gave it for the blade.
Yeah. Alright, you want to swap games or keep playing?
Might as well call it a night.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Nomad and Killer Warlord.
Killer Warlord here, so...
Rock on London, rock on Chicago. Good night, everyone. Have a safe day.
And happy Thanksgiving.
That's it.